Hi, this is Tabletop Templar, and today we're doing an unboxing of IMEX's American Revolution War of Patriots. It's the Battle of Monmouth Courthouse box set. This is in 1/72 scale, and I purchased this because I wanted to get into American Revolution wargaming, and I pretty much wargame in 1/72 scale. I have tons of Napoleonic miniatures, Romans, World War One, and quite a few other periods. And I just kind of got interested in doing some American Revolution. I haven't done that yet, and I figured maybe I should just get something. And so I found this. And a box set, and figured this is probably the best way to get into it. So let's see this. I normally just buy them individual sets, but I figured it has quite a few things in here. So I'll just show you the outside before we crack into it. This set includes 74 figures for the American Continental troops, 4 cannon plus the Diorama base. For the British, 71 figures, 2 horses, 2 riders, I assume they're generals, and 4 cannon. So it shows you the paint. I don't know if paint comes with this. I know I purchased the Waterloo set from Airfix, and that came with paint. So we'll show Battle of Monmouth. It was the hottest day of the war. I think quite a few men died on both sides from the heat. And 1/72 scale. All right, let's break this open. So I try to do some more miniatures wargaming. Try to get into that more. I've got more videos going to be coming for board games, so look out for those here soon. I know I took a little bit of a break. Apologize for that. So I'll be back making videos, and I think this should pop up. I think, yep. Also wanted to show this just because it was brand new, so if anyone's interested in getting, I think there is another version of the set. Let's see if I can leave this propped up. Maybe. No, it doesn't want to stay up. Okay. So this is IMEX. I don't think I have really hardly any IMEX figures, so see if this will focus. So this is the artillery set. I assume British because it's red, but yeah, I guess theoretically you could use them for either side. I did read on Plastic Soldier Review that for these guys you probably could get away with painting them as really both sides, British or Americans. I think this one, it comes with their smaller barrel. Let's see if I can focus. Anyway, they're smaller, and they're basically like a mortar piece, which is kind of disappointing because if you only got this set, they're not gonna be long barrels. You're only gonna get these short mortar pieces. So keep that in mind if you're gonna get this IMEX artillery set, which I think is the only British artillery set available for this period. You're going to want to change these out. You're going to want to have different cannon, because these are basically really, really small pieces. They're basically mortars or howitzers. I guess they'd be howitzers really. So keep that in mind. You might have to get some. Thankfully I've got a ton of Napoleonic era cannons, so that's not going to be a big deal, but keep that in mind. You might have to swap them out, but the figures are pretty good to look like. These are the British regulars. Let's see if I can get these to focus a little bit better. Yeah, They look good. I like the detail looks pretty good on these. Swap the other side. Yeah, I like that figure, that flag figure. Let me go around, look at him. He's pretty neat. An ensign. An ensign would carry the flag, so it's an ensign is like a junior officer. Well, it is a junior officer. Very nice. You got a sergeant here. You've got an officer or a general, really any. And then you have a drummer. There's something missing here. I don't know if that's supposed to be there or not. Yeah, pretty good mix of advancing figures, kind of marching, and then you have some stationary ones. So I use black powder, so these guys should work pretty well. I would say good detail, good mix of figures. I like this regular set. I would say it's a pretty good one. You could probably use them for the 7 Years' War as well. And it looks like there's a second set. Or this is probably the second half of the set, and it's exactly the same. So you get 2 of these and 1 artillery. And I thought they were supposed to be mounted figures. Did it say mounted? I don't see a horse. Was that in the artillery set? No? Wonder where the mounted guys are. Oh well. I'll see that in a minute. Well, I don't see a horse. No, yeah, where are the mounted figures? Did I completely miss these? There's no mounted figure. There's not a single horse in this entire box. So, well, what gives with the mounted figure? I don't know. I'll have to check that out. So, these are. What is this? This is the American artillery set. And it looks pretty good. Good detail. Let's see how many poses we've got. 3, 4, 5, 6 poses. 6 different poses for these guys. So pretty good. Good mix. The barrels you can see are longer. So these are the kind that you're going to want to get, most likely, for your standard cannon that are not howitzers. And 4 cannon a piece. That's pretty typical for this scale. Pretty typical, yeah. You get 4 cannon, and also come with this container, the chest for extra cannon. That's pretty typical. Usually you get something like that. Sometimes you don't. Usually you get anywhere from 4 to 6, 4, 5, 6 guys for poses, and then usually you'll be multiplied by 4, and then you'll get 4 cannon. So this is pretty generous, decent amount of stuff. 6 poses, fairly large for an artillery set in this scale. Here are now it says Continental Army. These are not really Continental Army, although a few poses are, like these guys. These are primarily militia. They could theoretically pose as very early Continental Army, where there wasn't really a uniform. but these guys are mostly all militia, and so therefore they really wouldn't be as good for Monmouth. Monmouth was the year after Valley Forge, or after Valley Forge really. It was the first major battle for the Continental Army, and so they actually would have been very trained and uniformed by then, whereas these guys are mostly all militia. So a bit of a misrepresentation, flipping these over, but these are still really good militia figures. If you're looking for American Revolution figures that are militia, these are pretty good. This is a good set. IMEX does have a second set that includes, I think I did look on Plastic Soldier Review, it does include George Washington. I kind of wish that this was it and not this kind of other set. It also has a few other poses that you can't get. But yeah, I don't know where those mounted guys are. I'm gonna look underneath the diorama board in a second. These guys are the same. This is exactly the same as the other. So very good. Love the detail on these. Pretty good detail for this scale. This is definitely higher quality compared to some of those like the Airfix ones that they came out with earlier. So let's see, is there anything underneath? There's nothing underneath here. So there's no mounted figures then. This is the diorama board. Come on a little bit. All right, let's get this out of the way. Pretty basic. This is very flimsy. The Airfix diorama for the Waterloo set, and I've seen some other ones, are pretty decent. This one is like, I mean, this is pretty flimsy. I guess for a diorama, this is, you know, if you're just gonna leave this set, but for wargaming, this is pretty disappointing, I would say. There's this kind of road. I guess you can make it whatever you want. I mean, I might have to come up with something, but this could potentially be like a high ground area, just to make it into something. But yeah, you would have to glue this. I would glue this to something larger that will, and just be something you can just put down. But as it stands, this is very flimsy. You know, sort of this hollow back. So, not too impressed. I think the Airfix, honestly, Airfix, their figures might not be the greatest, but I think they've made pretty decent diorama boards at least. So yeah. So yeah, that's the Monmouth Courthouse. American Revolution, American War of Independence, whatever you want to call it. The IMEX 1/72 scale set. It says, let's see, it says there's supposed to be 2 horses and 2 riders. Well, there are no horses or riders, so IMEX, I don't know what happened. If anyone can tell me in the comments what's going on with this. Has anyone encountered this before? So yeah, it's a bit disappointing with this. Although the figures that I did receive all look like pretty decent quality. So yeah, a little bit of a mixed bag, a bit of disappointment. The diorama board looks not great, and a bit disappointed with the quality of that. So a bit of a mixed bag with this one. But hopefully you enjoyed it. If you liked it, go ahead and give it a like. And if you're new to the channel, appreciate it if you subscribe. You know, I'll be bringing out more content, board games, miniature games, you know, that sort of thing. So if you enjoy that and you want to support the channel, I'd appreciate it. And I'll see you next time.